Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Juan Cristales here. We're going to be talking brand new, ground up, new construction for duplexes in Texas. That's what we're doing. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, doing new construction, and I've decided to go all in on duplexes. They just make a lot more financial sense right now, given the current economic state of higher interest rates. This is just a much better situation. Now, check this out. I was tired of doing fix and flips, and I decided to just stop it completely. All right. Today we're going to be talking about the clean water system, the two permits that we're required to have. Remember, this is a duplex. So you have two water permits, you have two electrical permits. Everything is going to be completely separated. There's going to be a firewall that's going to be going right down the middle of these particular two units the way we're doing it. And so basically at this point we're connecting clean water into the duplex. Now, we're going to have the permits there at the property and a set of the plans. So if you see here, this line here basically represents approximately where the driveway is going to be going. So this area here is going to be approximately 12 feet. So on the plans it says 12 feet. I'm not exactly sure exactly where the 12 feet is going to be, but the plumber has measured it out for us. Okay. Now, if you think about it, this whole area is going to be concrete. So over here you have the cleanouts. Okay, the cleanouts are going to be for the wastewater, and so those are not going to be inside the concrete. We really don't want that to be inside the concrete, and so we're just making sure that that's handled correctly. So we got the clean water coming in, and it's going to be connected into the water main. The water main being that little black thing that's hanging out the side of the house right there. You really can't see it. I got a better picture of it for you a little bit later, so hang on a second. All right, so this is a much better view here from the very front. I'll show you a little bit better once we get closer, but we have 2 meters inside of that box. One's going to be for the side A on the left-hand side, and then unit B on the right-hand side. So each one has their own independent water system that is a requirement for duplexes. I'm sure that you guys can probably figure that out. It's not nothing too crazy. But one of the cool and unique things about doing this, and your plumber's going to know this information, is because if you guys noticed, we're going to be in that area of where the driveway is going to be going, right? So driveway is going to be approximately, going to be going this way and that way. It's going to be the concrete's going to be that way. So think about it. This is going to be a requirement for the city to inspect. This water line here is going to be encased by this other bigger line, and all that serves as a purpose is like, it's going to be underneath the concrete. So think about it like this: if there's any issues with the water line, you have to go underneath. The last thing you want to do is start breaking concrete, because then that just gets really, really expensive. But if we can find this pipe here, dig, and find the pipe without breaking it, right? Because if you hit this pipe, you'll break it and there's going to start water gushing out. But you can touch this pipe. It's like, okay, cool. We found where the pipe is. You can, turn off the water, cut one off here, and then just remove this completely. Find the break, find the issue that you might have, and then replace it without having to break concrete. So that's actually, something that really helps. A lot of people really don't like um, city inspectors. But I'm telling you guys, I used to be the same way that you were. I used to be annoyed by them. I always felt like they were out to get me. They were looking for some reason to, hit me. But at the end of the day, they're like referees in a football game. They're just making sure everything gets done right. And really, if you think about it, they're saving you money. Can you imagine not putting in that line because you just don't know that you're supposed to, and then having a water issue later, and then you have to break concrete to get to it? I mean, that's just super frustrating, right? All right. All right, so of course I had to take some pictures for you guys to show you exactly what our responsibility is. So now, you as the builder, your responsibility is going to be from the valve, from this little valve forward. So basically, from here forward, that's going to be your responsibility as the homeowner, as the builder. All right. Anything from here back is going to be the responsibility of the city. But the problem that we had is that these brand new brass nipples that are right here, they were not they're not put in. And so we had the challenge was like, okay, so do we wait for the city to do this? Is they going to take them another day, another week, another month? I don't know. So these things are not very expensive. They're only like 25 bucks. But at the end of the day, guys, like we're sitting there and it's just going to take longer to just get this done. So we just went ahead and did it. Like ask for forgiveness instead of ask for permission. We just got it done. So hopefully they don't get too upset about it. We're just kind of helping them along. But anyway, so this one here obviously is going to be for the right hand side, and this is going to be over here for the left hand side. This is a hard requirement for when you're building a duplex. And remember, building a duplex means you have to have two permits. So when you have two permits, even though it's one building, you have two permits, one for unit A. So this is going to be the permit for unit A, and this is going to be the permit for unit B. That way, when you get billed by the city, no one has to worry about whose water is being used where. So let me move on. This is what it looks like once it's connected. And all of this has to be completely open and available for the city to come in and take a look at. So we're not going to be able to cover this up until it's already done. So we're going to put water inside of this, and they're going to pressure test to see how much pressure is inside of this water. So that way, whenever you're taking a shower, it's not like just a little dribble or whatever that's coming out, right? You want to make sure you have good water pressure inside of the house. So one of the other parts of this inspection is to ensure that this is connected correctly, and then at the same time to ensure that you have good solid water pressure, but you need to have your appliances like the dishwasher and all that stuff already kind of available there, ready to go. Here's just another quick view of what that looks like, and then the kind of the front view of where we're at. So we had these guys out there working on Saturday. We are, let me take a look. We are at day number 95 on this particular project. Now, the next steps that we're going to be going through here is once this gets inspected, we'll get it all covered up. Once it gets covered up, we'll level everything, just make it all kind of just even flat, doing that, what we call a final grade, right? Because we want the water to run away from the house. We're going to do something where, we'll grade it so that all of this dirt has kind of got a downward slope toward the street, right? Downward slope toward the street and away from the house. After that gets done, the guy that's going to be doing the driveway is going to come in and put some forms, and those wooden forms are going to be for the driveway and just kind of where they're going to be going. If you can see here, you can see the cleanouts there kind of in small dark spots. So we'll get that all done, and then once that is approved, we can pour the concrete, and then we can just pour sod over that. We'll be ready to go and start painting this sucker up. And the very last thing that I have for you guys here, and I'm super excited. This is my son. This is my second born. This is his third goal of the day. Man, this is his. Man, I'm super excited, super proud of this guy, man. He's 10 years old, 11 years old, pretty much, and man, he loves playing soccer. We got him in a league, and I coach the soccer, man. One of the things that I tell you that is super amazing about being your own boss is that you set your own hours, and I have to coach the team, mostly because I enjoy doing it and being there with them. And I'm telling you that one of the driving factors to what really, keeps me to stay focused a lot is the fact that I know that I have a responsibility to them and to be their dad and, coach them and be there and talk to them and show them along and just, man, team sports is such a great way of learning to work with other people, right? Because what happens is you have some strong players, you have some not so strong players, and you have personal dynamics and all that stuff. And just teaching the kids all that stuff is really really important about working with other people, even though they may not be pulling their weight or maybe they're not as good as you, whatever the case might be, right? So those leadership lessons are super invaluable, especially in team sports, and that's why I enjoy doing it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.